Good morning, boys and girls. Wow, this is certainly a weird Sunday morning. I have never, ever in my life gone to church in my pajamas before. And I've never sat under an umbrella in church before. But I am today because later on in our story, there's going to be some rain. So I wanted to make sure I had my umbrella. Today on our story, we're going to talk about a little boy, and his name is Willie. Does Willie look very happy? He certainly doesn't. Do you know why? Willie always worried. Do you know what it means to worry? It's kind of like being scared. But if you're scared, like Miss Kathy's afraid of spiders. And if a spider comes by, I go, ew, because I'm scared. But if you worry about something, you're kind of thinking about something that's going to happen. And you're kind of afraid of something that's going to happen. Now, would you like to learn the sign for worry? Okay. Got to take your hands. Okay. Face them like this so your thumbs are on the outside. And you're going to take your thumbs and your pinkies and you're going to put them together like that. Do you see what I did? I took my thumb and my pinky, that's my little finger on the end, and I put them together like that, okay? It's kind of hard to do. Do you see what letter I made? Do you know what letter that is? That's a W. All right, so I've got a W over here and I got a W over here. Now, if you want to make the sign for worry, you do this. Now, you can't look happy because when you're worrying, you're usually not happy. So you can't go like that. You got to look really like that. Let me see those faces. Worry. Well, Willie worried so much that he got a nickname. And they used to call him Worrying Willie because Willie worried about everything. If it was sunny outside, he was worried that it was going to rain. If it was raining outside, he was worried that it wasn't going to stop. If he played baseball, he was afraid and worried that he wouldn't be able to hit the ball. If he rode his bike, he worried about falling off his bike. He worried when he would have to take a test at school, even if he studied a whole lot. He just worried about everything. In fact, Worrying Willie worried so much, he was afraid to brush his teeth. Because if he brushed them too hard, maybe his teeth would fall out. He just worried. And his mommy tried to help him, but it didn't help. He just worried and worried. So one day, Willie got up from school and he looked out the window and he saw it was raining. And he started to worry. What if my books get wet? What if my feet get wet going to school? And then, all of a sudden, his head started to get wet. Is it raining in my bedroom? And he went over here and he was still getting wet. And he went over here and he was still getting wet. And he looked up, and up above his head, a little rain cloud had formed. And everywhere that Willie went, the little rain cloud followed him. Well, this was really bad because he went down to eat his cereal, and because the rain cloud was over his head, it got his cereal all soggy. And he got on the school bus, and he was getting the school bus all wet, so he had to stick his head out the window. Then he got to school, and nobody wanted to sit near Willie because it was raining on top of his head. So he finally got home that night, and he still got his little rain cloud, and he's still worrying about everything. And he went upstairs and he thought, well, I'm just going to go to bed. My pillow's probably going to get all wet, but I'm going to go to bed. And he started to comb his hair, and he looked in his comb. Oh, no! There's a hair in my comb. My hair's falling out. Call 911. I'm going bald. Call the doctor. This is terrible. And while he was getting all worried about his hair, he heard a voice. It was very quiet, and it was saying, shame on. And he looked around, and he heard it again. Shame on you. Where is that coming from? Shame on you. It was coming from his comb. Well, he went over to his desk, and he got his super duper magnifying glass. He looked, and he looked, and was he ever surprised? Because there on his comb was a hair. And the hair had a little sign on it. And it said 42,134. That's a big number. And Willie looked, and the hair started to talk to him. Why are you so worried all the time, Willie? Well, why do you have a number hooked to you? Don't you know anything about the Bible, Willie? What's that got to do with the hair? And the little hair in Willie's comb told him a verse in Matthew chapter 10. And it said, but the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Willie, did you know that God knows you so well that he knows how many hairs you have on your head? Have you ever tried to count the hairs on your head? That would be impossible. There's just like a gazillion up there. But do you know that God knows exactly how many hairs are on your head? It says so in the Bible. Willie, I don't know why you're so worried. God loves you, Willie, and he'll take care of you. He knows all about you. He knows how many hairs are on your head, and he knows everything that happens to you all day, and he can take care of you. You know what, Willie? How about if I teach you a really good song that will help you not to worry anymore? And Willie thought, well, that's a good idea. So his little hair started singing to him. But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Matthew 10 and verse 30. But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Matthew 10 and verse 30. Willie kind of liked that song. And he put his comb down, and from then on, every time Willie would get worried about something, worried about a test, or worried about what was going to happen at school, or if someone was going to be mean to him, or what was going to happen if he got sick, and whatever he would worry about, he'd start singing. But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Matthew 10 and verse 30. but the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Matthew 10 and verse 30. Miss Kathy almost did the verse we did last time on Charlie. Now, do you want to learn that song with me? And we'll learn a sign because I like to learn signs with my song. We're going to learn the sign for hair. Hair. You take your hand and just like you're pulling your sister's hair, okay? It's kind of like this. Hair, hair, hair. What's this sign? Worry. What's this sign? Hair. Now don't pull your hair, just pretend. Hair. Now some people have wavy hair. Some people have straight hair. Some people have long hair. Some people have, what do you think that means? Most boys have short hair. Okay, so try the verse with me. Ready? But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Matthew 10 and verse 30. But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Matthew 10 and verse 30. Do you think you could try it now? Okay, you ready? But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Matthew 10 and verse 30. But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Matthew 10 and verse 30. Ready? But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Matthew 10 and verse 30. But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Matthew 10 and verse 30. So boys and girls, you never need to, because God is always taking care of you. He knows you so well that He has every on your head numbered. He knows all about you, and He died on the cross for you. He loves you that much that God would send His own Son to die for you. He loves you, and there is no reason to worry. Be like worrying Willie. And you know what? As soon as Willie knew that God was taking such good care of him, Willie didn't worry anymore, because Willie knew he was in good hands with God, because God had every on His head numbered. I hope you guys have a really good Sunday. Be good for Mommy, and maybe we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day, boys and girls. Love you.